Ice Cube does nothing for me as a rapper and an actor.
Okay.
Nothing.
Put hands on you, give you real black eyes. Come on, don't do that. And that's the truth. Trust me. I've had about enough of your. That's the truth. Shut the up.
This called me like I disrespected his mama.
Suckers usually don't like me. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that you know, they usually don't like me when they coming from that angle. That's cool though. You know, everybody got their opinion, and they all stink. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's cool.
Nah, this shit is hot right here, man. I gotta listen to this one.
This is what happens when a washed-up comedian decides to come for hip-hop royalty. Aries Spears thought he could disrespect Ice Cube and Tupac for a viral moment, but he picked the wrong legends to mess with. Because when you attack icons who built the culture fights back. And it wasn't just Ice Cube who responded. 50 Cent saw what happened and decided to personally destroy this man's entire existence. From exposing his jealousy to revealing his desperate attention-seeking behavior, this became a complete character assassination. By the time they were done with him, Aries Spears became the internet's biggest joke. Here's exactly how it all went down. To understand how badly Aries destroyed himself, you need to see where this all started, because this wasn't just one bad moment. This was a pattern of jealousy and bitterness that finally caught up with him. Watch how he completely loses it when Big Boy mentions Ice Cube's name.
If I'm going, Ice Cube is a
I
lyricist.
can't stand Ice Cube.
That's crazy.
I'm not a fan of him lyrically or acting-wise.
Did you catch that? The second Big Boy said Ice Cube was his #1, Aries couldn't contain himself. He literally interrupted the host to trash a legend. But it gets worse.
Really?
He's the same.
How much time we got left here? Because should I just tell him to leave now?
Let
Or?
me tell you something. Tommy Chung, comedian
That's
Tommy
egregious.
Chung.
I know Tommy Chung.
Tommy Chung did a great joke. He goes, here's Ice Cube as a gynecologist. Hey, Miss Jenkins, I looked at your chart. Now get up on that thigh.
That's racist.
Even Big Boy tried to save him, tried to change the subject. But Aries doubled down and noticed something. He's doing impressions and throwing insults, but he can't name one legitimate criticism. Pure jealousy. But attacking Ice Cube wasn't enough for this man.
Watch the comments. Now, when people talk about, you ask anybody, no matter where their region, you know, give me a top 5 rappers. Pac's usually always in that list.
Right.
I don't ever put Pac up there with the top rappers.
Are you kidding me? He really said Tupac isn't in the top 5? This is where any credibility he had left just evaporated. But wait, it gets even more pathetic.
Pac was not the greatest lyricist. He was energy. He was passionate. He made you feel him. If that said tear the club up, you wanted to tear the club up. Dear mama, you wanted to hug your mama. When you think about lyricism, Nas, Jay-Z, Biggie, Jadakiss, my lyrics, spitters.
This man really thought he could dismiss 2 of the greatest icons in hip-hop history. But here's where his delusion reached peak levels. He decided to attack It Was a Good Day, one of the most beloved tracks ever made.
One of the songs I hate the most, if it comes on, I want to shoot the radio. Today was a good day.
Even Big Boy had enough at this point.
I don't know if we continue this conversation or if we're supposed to like pack him out right now.
But the damage was done. Aries had just disrespected not 1, but 2 legends on live radio. And when those clips hit the internet, the culture was not having it. When Cube responded, he knew exactly what he was doing. And he is not new to this, he's true to this. From writing for NWA to creating one of the top 3 diss tracks of all time, to producing Friday, to launching the Big 3 League, Ice Cube is a mogul with receipts everywhere. So when he responded, it wasn't emotional, it was surgical.
I saw a comedian speaking kind of bad about you, man.
Who is this?
Aries Spears.
Oh, that dude?
Yeah. He said nothing
Is
that
he
you...
a comedian?
Yeah.
Because he ain't never made me laugh, so I don't know if he a comedian.
Who is this? 3 words that ended a career. But Ice Cube wasn't done.
Suckers usually don't like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people that, you know, they usually don't like me when they coming from that angle. That's cool, though. You know, everybody got their opinion, and they all stink. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's cool. You know, he entitled to his opinion. It's the feeling is mutual. You know, I don't think he on anybody's list of top 10 comedians, you know what I mean, in the black community for sure. I don't even know if he's on the register.
That's legendary energy right there. Cool, calm, collected, while completely destroying someone's existence. But then 50 Cent saw what happened and decided this disrespect needed a personal response. And what he did wasn't even shocking, but it dismantled all the rep Aries had gathered in his career. But before we get into it, you need to know how Cube and 50 go around. 50's reaction is even more devastating because of his legit respect for Ice. Back in 2008, when Ice Cube was asked about rising stars, 50 was on top of Ice's list.
Whatever you want to say about 50, I think he's you know, a great MC. You know, when he speaks, people want to hear, you know. He's on his way to legendary status, if you ask me.
Ice Cube named 50 Cent, and 50's response shows you what real respect looks like.
I feel like I got something to prove again. Musically. You know what I mean? Like, I seen an interview with Ice Cube, and they asked who he thought had potential would actually achieve having like a legendary status to music. You know what I'm saying? Like Cube had a great career, Trey. It's a few of them, you know what I mean, that really made their mark, accomplished a lot. Even Will Smith took music and went somewhere else with it.
This is how legends move, with mutual respect and acknowledgement. But Aries, he's out here attacking icons for attention. And 50 Cent made it clear he watches everything Ice Cube does because he loves and respects Ice's game.
Ice Cube was on when I'm just watching. Music.
And movies, all of it.
Yeah. I never really seen Ice Cube in films that weren't his. You know, like he kind of produced the vehicle that he was in. And it wasn't like he was just being an actor in someone else's film.
It's his
movie. It's kind of his movie.
Ice Cube only stars in projects that are officially his. That's the difference between a legend and a clout chaser. But this beef was just getting started because Aries couldn't leave well enough alone. It wasn't just the legends who clapped back. Once Aries started trending, the world remembered just how deep his envy and desperation go. He didn't just attack Ice Cube and Tupac, he's made a reputation out of it. Watch how he exposes himself every time he opens his mouth.
This is why it pisses me off as a comedian when they cast rappers in comedies. Because as a comedian, we're going to bring our natural God-given talent to a script.
He can't stand that rappers became movie stars while he couldn't get past being the angry sidekick. Instead of owning his lane, he blames everyone but himself.
You know, I got a lot of black people who be like, man, stay off Vlad platform.
I hear him saying
He's
that.
a culture vulture, da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, well, first of all, you keep saying to me, man, I hate that. Every time I watch, I hate that. Every time I watch, I hate that. Let's rewind the tape. Every time I watch, I hate that. So if you hate him, why is every time you watch, you're watching? So he knows what to do to keep you engaged.
Yeah.
That's just called, you know, smart business.
Yeah.
And listen, and I also go, it ain't like I'm on there for free. He pays me.
Correct.
He pays me a nice 5 figures.
Yeah.
So if my choice is either stay home on a Tuesday and do nothing and earn nothing, or go sit down for an hour and a half and walk away with 5 figures where I could not make anything, what am I gonna do?
No, I agree.
I'm gonna make the money and I get to check them.
No, I see it. I see it.
That's a win-win to me.
Think about what he just admitted. Aries doesn't care about the culture. He cares about attention and money, even if it means stirring up trouble and looking like a clown. But as messy as he was in front of the camera, it got personal when he started disrespecting legends directly.
How hard do you think it is for street to play street? If Ice Cube did a movie where he played a doctor and then did a movie where he played a lawyer, what would be different?
He tries to clown Cube's acting, but the only thing funny here is how badly Aries exposes his own bitterness. And when people try to defend Cube privately, yeah, that's when he starts calling their confrontation nasty. At one point, he claimed that he received a call from someone close to Ice, and he laid on him for disrespecting Ice Cube. The thing is that Aries has been really contradicting himself. On one side, he is saying that the opinion is subjective. So why does he feel the need to broadcast his opinion on different platforms, as if he is being jealous of Ice's respect and success in industry and community?
It's a subjective opinion. I'm allowed to not like Ice Cube. I know, man, but Aries, man, he was on me.
And that's not even the worst of it. Aries has a long history of stirring up drama and picking fights with his peers like it's the only move he knows. When he threatened to get physical, he wasn't trying to solve a problem. He was performing for the crowd again, pushing boundaries because that's easier than confronting his own professional insecurities. Instead of owning mistakes or evolving, he doubles down on conflict. This is a pattern. As soon as the attention starts to fade, Aries tries to spark another incident, hoping controversy will keep his name alive.
Put hands on you, real black eye. Come on, don't do that, nigga. And that's the truth. Trust me. I've had about enough of your. That's the truth. Shut the up while I'm honest. I don't like skin. Yeah. They wish they could be black. You gotta do that work though. No, I know. Go ahead with your okay, let's go. I'm not drunk. I don't drink. I'm very clear-minded. Which means I'll you even more because I'm drunk. Well, hold up.
Ask anyone who's worked with him, and you'll hear the same story. Corey Holcomb, for example, doesn't mince words. He calls out Aries not just for one altercation, but for a whole legacy of starting fights and then playing the victim. You see it over and over. Aries walks into a room, causes chaos, then tries to paint himself as the misunderstood genius. But at some point, that routine stops being entertaining and just becomes sad. When even the people around you, your so-called peers, stop defending you and start warning others. You know the writing's on the wall.
He came up there acting fool that day. And then I walk up to his car, because I felt bad about what happened. But even though he did bring it on himself, he was talking crazy to that man. And first of all, how you let just beat you and don't swing back? But walk up to his car, damn, Aries, you want me to drive you home, man? And we'll have somebody just drive your car and all like that. Because, you know, he was, nah, I got it. I'm like, man, all right. Next thing you know, we getting letters from lawyers. I'm like, you did everything to ask for that whooping, and it's on air. You said to the man something like it was, like he challenged him. You know what I'm saying? I don't want people to fight at my show because it brought lawyers in the mix. I had to spend money, you know what I'm saying, to put out the fires. I don't want nobody fighting. I'm old enough to know what a fight turns into nowadays when people hit each other. So I didn't want that to happen, but Aries talked up on that whooping, and then went and got some lawyers that he gave some money to one time, and then they couldn't find him after that. His own lawyers. Aries a whole to be honest, man. And I wouldn't say that out of no spite, just what he did right there, because he always used to call me to come on the show. But I used to be like, oh, this Aries, he gonna start. I ain't think, but this is why I fucked up. I thought he wouldn't start this with me. I thought, oh, he can't do it. What he gonna do? That's what I'm thinking. What he gonna do? And then that happened. Because I know Aries beats up people. Little Aries beat he'll run up on you.
It's almost tragic. Aries has real talent, but every time he opens his mouth these days, it seems less about comedy and more about keeping drama alive. No one's celebrating sharp wit anymore. They're just waiting for the next train wreck. And that's the real story here. Someone who could have been celebrated for his voice is now remembered mostly for burning bridges. But Aries still wasn't ready to stop, because as soon as others start exposing the pattern, he shifts again. Desperate to reclaim some kind of narrative control, he goes on another platform, spins a different story, but the cracks are starting to show. Every new rant, every half apology, just digs the hole deeper. At this point, the internet has decided Aries isn't just out of pocket. He's revealing who he really is. And when you finally catch someone showing their true character, you can't look away, especially when it's messy. Here's the thing. There's a difference between having flaws and wearing your failures like a badge of honor. Watch how Aries tries to brag about his flaws as if being broken is some kind of charisma.
I'm not a great father to my kids.
Okay, we're getting
my
somewhere.
Heart just exploded.
So I want to tighten up my relationship with my son.
Oof, do that, and maybe the mansion will follow.
And as much as I love the woman who I want to marry for the third time, I cheat.
Mm-hmm.
I f other women.
Yeah.
So I have a problem.
So
with
you have holes in your body
Yeah.
that not a mansion or a bag of cash will ever fill.
Whoa, wait. If I'm going to f up, let me f up with the mansion. But not saying I want to f up. I'm just simply saying that exterior, that's what I've dreamt about. That's what I want. Now, if I got it tomorrow, that part I could check off the list and go, I got it. But I still would need that other to be in place too.
Which one can you control?
Yeah.
Why not both?
You can't control both.
Why not both?
How you won't answer that? Do you see?
Which
Mo,
one can
ask
you-
it again.
Well, I
Which
mean,
one can you
stop,
control?
Aries, shut
The surface answer,
Or your relationship?
the surface answer is the relationship.
All right then.
That's not a surface.
But listen,
what's real.
My manager used to say to me, "You want
If you ever do this again, I swear to God,
What?
just like your hand toward, you're doing some sorcery.
No.
Okay, all right.
His quote was,
I have it too, dude.
His quote was always, you want to be rich, you want to be right. Because very rarely in this business can you be both. And I don't subscribe to that. I think you can be rich and right.
No.
Is it a harder path? Dave Chappelle is rich and right. He does whatever he wants.
But that's
says
Dave
whatever he
Chappelle.
wants.
But Dave Chappelle doesn't have the same circumstances. So when you tell me, hey, he's other women, hey, he doesn't have a great relationship with his kids, then come to me, then step to me.
Hold on for a
But
minute.
you are, no.
Okay.
You're telling me you have an opportunity, that you can create an opportunity to be wealthy first here and then see it on the outside. You're trying to get it both at the same time. You're never going to be rich out there. You know why?
Because you ain't rich here.
No, right, because you're bankrupt.
Who even says that out loud? He admits to being a bad dad, openly talks about cheating on his partners, and when he's confronted, he doesn't push back on being called morally bankrupt. He just shrugs and laughs about it, like character is something to work on later. The honesty here isn't vulnerability, it's deflection. He's making excuses for everything he's failed at, rather than taking any accountability. But as soon as things get too real and Ice Cube's response starts blowing up, watch how fast Aries switches up. Suddenly, he's in full damage control mode, pretending all along it was just a harmless opinion. Now it's not about drama or battle, it's all respect, and he's just misunderstood. This is the classic routine. Talk wild for attention, then play the victim the second real heat comes on.
I want to have a conversation with y'all about a word that I think is so overly used. Hate/hater. Because apparently I'm the poster child for the world's biggest hater. If you look up the word hate, it's my picture. When did we get to a point where unless your opinion, and last time I checked as human beings, we're all allowed to opinions. At what point does it get to where unless your opinion is favorable about a person or a thing and goes with the flow of everyone else, you're a hater? I don't understand that. Am I not allowed to have an opinion and voice it if it's not in the direction of everybody else? I respect Ice Cube, the man. I respect Ice Cube in terms of what he's brought to the game. He's one of the pioneers. So hats off to him for that. I just said I wasn't a fan of his artistry. I never attacked him as a man. I never attacked him in terms of his character. I said I wasn't a fan of his artistry. Why am I not allowed to feel that way? Why is that? And then secondly, it's always funny, people call me a hater because they love to highlight when I say I don't like something, as though I don't have love for anything.
Now he's saying he's always respected Ice Cube. He never insulted the man, never meant anything by it, just sharing his perspective. But nobody's buying it. After all the public disrespect, after every soundbite and insult, it's impossible to see this as anything but desperate backpedaling. The audience sees right through it, and honestly, now he just seems lost, swerving between fake tough guy antics and weak apologies, hoping something sticks. That's when 50 Cent makes his move, the final blow that makes sure no one forgets who Aries really is. 50 doesn't need a whole paragraph or a shouty rant. A single social post from him can end careers. This one delivered the knockout punch. In his IG post, he said, "Check my temperature. I'm ice cold. The hood left the left side of my chest froze. Need help with your bills? I'll write you a referral-ish. You might even get you a love contract. LOL. Not to mention this gem that came soon after.
Nah, this shit is hot right here, man. Y'all gotta listen to this one. This
50 called him delusional. And for everyone watching, that was the nail in the coffin. This isn't just about being clowned by legends. It's about being erased from any serious conversation. Aries wanted attention. He got it. And what's left is public shame and the kind of humiliation you never lived down. But just when you think there's nothing left to expose, the past comes roaring back to remind everyone just how deep the cracks go. After everything Aries had already done to torch his own reputation, you'd think the story couldn't get any worse. But then came the scandal that took things from embarrassment to total disgrace. In 2022, Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears were hit with a SA lawsuit, a serious accusation that turned public sentiment from mocking to outright condemnation.
Did you call me? Oh, yes, Uncle Pete. Can you watch TJ for me? I need to run to the, I gotta run some errands. I need to go to cleaners, and I should be coming back. Okay? All right, baby. Thank you. You got it. You want me to spend a little bit of Michael Jackson time with the boy, huh? All right. Hello there, TJ. TJ, did you know I was best friends with Penn State Sandusky? They have a touch but don't tell policy.
The backlash was immediate. Social media exploded, Twitter timelines were flooded, and even the Shade Room shared the footage. It wasn't just bad press, it was viral outrage. Even though the case was eventually settled and the controversial video scrubbed from the internet, the stain never really washed off Aries' name. For most people, that kind of scandal would end a career for good. But instead of owning up, apologizing, or stepping away, Aries tried one last move. He went right back to Vlad TV, desperate to rewrite history and scrub his reputation clean. He spun the narrative, acted like the victim of cancel culture, and hoped people would forget what really happened. No amount of backtracking could cover up the trail of disrespect, self-sabotage, and public humiliation left behind. Respect isn't something you can demand after burning every bridge. It's earned through character. In the end, Aries Spears tried to roast legends and only burned himself. His reputation left in ashes by 50 Cent's brutal response. One post from 50 did more damage than any scandal or backlash, proving that in this culture, respect is everything. Was it worth risking everything for a few headlines and a moment of controversy? When the noise fades, who will people remember? The legends who built the culture or those who tried to cut them down? Aries thought he could play with fire, but all that's left is smoke and regret. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button so that you never miss out on any new videos. And until then, fam, keep it real.